future, Mega Man Legends 3 will never come to pass.
Aww. Well, that's a sad way to start Hal and Dave's trip to Jupiter.
I know, but I have to learn to accept things. I have to accept Mighty Number 9 is the thing we got and cry in a corner.
I love that Mega Man 11 is going to come out, and that's a massive, like, FU to Mighty Number 9.
Well, you know.
I have had the displeasure of trying to play Mighty Number 9, and oh my god! All the criticism is warranted! It's terrible!
That game is surprisingly awful. I don't know how it could be that bad, but whatever.
we may have to play it someday. So here's a cool thing you can do, is if you toss on the rolling shield charge ability, you have this bubble in which you are protected, and these guys will just crash against your shield.
This, like, you're demonstrating how everything has a use.
Yep. Of course, you actually have to press start to switch off of it so you can use the Sting Chameleon ability. Chameleon Sting. Sting Chameleon. Anyways,
Sting Chameleon!
It's the most useful against it. Except for these fish, you just kind of got to get sucked up by, and then you just shoot them from within.
You just got to kill them from within!
Yeah.
Thankfully, you don't have to keep score of this damn thing.
Oh yeah, so watch. So we're going to go into stealth mode again. And as a result, nothing can hurt me.
Everything's just...
Yeah, he tries to suck you in and pull you onto those spikes, but can't touch me.
Can't touch us. No. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, really?
Look,
so we are rocking through this stage.
Look, we're kids.
So here's a secret.
Yeah?
We're going to get up on the boat and destroy it.
Alright.
Because otherwise you have to dodge this, like, depth charge assault that it's doing.
You have to dodge the Beast Force character? I didn't know you had to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you better dodge him. He's a very big toy.
I know. Yeah, he is a really good toy.
So it breaks through the floor and lands you down here, where there is a sea serpent.
Oh my god, it's a sea serpent.
He goes down so fast with Storm Tornado that you gotta be careful not to fall in the spikes, and all the power-ups come out of his tail.
Oh god.
So that's kind of neat. And this is where the heart tank is.
Wow. Nice job.
Yeah, I spent many hours as a child trying to figure out the locations of literally everything in this game. This is in the days before you could just game fax everything or YouTube it and be like, oh, that's where it is. No, this is where you had to figure it out yourself and possibly write it in the back of your instruction manual.
Either that, or hell, like, just call Nintendo Hotline.
You call the Nintendo Hotline.
That was a thing that was real.
Nintendo Power Hotline, $2 a minute for game tips.
Well, you know, you had to be ready to learn how to beat Simon's Quest. Can you beat Simon's Quest?
I don't know, I've never tried.
Me neither, and I don't really want to. I'm more of a Symphony...
I might want to try something.
I'm more of a Symphony of the Night guy, or Aria Sorrow. I love Aria Sorrow.
Those are good ones. So, Launch Octopus, the artillery bot, is weak to the shield.
Of course he is. Because he can't grab you with his tentacles, and plus you're not a schoolgirl.
Okay, we went there.
Look, he's tentacles. I'm not going to go further than that. You can look it up later.
If you get caught in that attack, he actually drains your life with his tentacles.
Well, my comparisons are apt then. Very apt. Rolling shield! Oh.
Yeah, I'm taking some hits, but it actually barely matters, because you take a lot of chip damage in this fight.
Alright.
But if you have the armor, it's very easy.
Because it's just, like, less damage overall.
If you don't have the armor, and you don't have his weakness weapon, it can get a lot harder.
That's the whole thing with Mega Man. You get another power, you learn how to beat them, and you're awesome.
I mean, this game, it definitely has kind of a choose-your-own-difficulty sort of feel to it.
Are you ready for the challenge?
Also, I'd like to point out that that said Horming Torpedo.
Horming Torpedo?
That is a typo that has never been corrected.
Horming Torpedo.
Yeah, it's not Homing Torpedo, it's Horming Torpedo. So we got one Maverick left. We have been tearing through these guys.
Yep.
And Boomerang Kuh.
Boomerang Kuh. He is not a Metabot.
So yeah, I did not know what he was for the longest time. I'm just like, he's a Kuwanger. That's cool.
Admittedly, I was exposed to Pokemon and Metabots first, so I kind of got a sense of the whole beetle thing. As weird as that is.
There we go. Homing Torpedo is very good at hitting guys at certain angles.
You had to hit him in the crotch, apparently.
Oh yeah, so just like how I always like to think that every weapon has a place in this game, so let's see, am I going to be able to angle him? Nah, doesn't matter.
You just gotta hit his crotch like you did before.
Yeah, really. So these are actually security lasers, and if you trip them... Here, let's trip them. It triggers the enemies to shoot at you.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's sort of a minor infiltration section
That
in
is at
this
least-
tower base.
That's at least a nice idea that isn't shit.
In the PSP version, when you have a conversation with Boomer Kuwanger, he actually notes that he's been analyzing X from a distance this whole time.
That is kind of cool. Like, he's just, like, been studying.
Yeah, he's like the scientist.
He's like...
Yeah, they all have unique personalities, and so, like, Spark Mandrill is just, like, weirdly, like, going with the flow. And he's just like, this is the fate of Reploids. And, you know, Launch Octopus considers himself a combat artiste.
So, I kind of like to think that Spark Mandrill's just the guy who hangs around because he's like, if everyone else is doing it, fine.
Yeah, they all follow Sigma. Also, if you have the charged up rolling shield at this point, this whole section becomes substantially easier.
It's just...
Again, every weapon's got a special place in this game to be used.
It's just rare and ready to go. It's like...
Yeah. And I think it's great because it bugs the hell out of me when there's something in a game that just is useless, is pointless.
I guess, like, sometimes developers like putting that shit in because it's like, you know, you're trying to figure out what's useful.
Well, I mean, if it's a major mechanic, it's a real problem. So we're gonna cheese this because you're supposed to have Boomer Kuwanger's ability to get that heart tank, and you can just use the Boomerang Cutter to get it. But we're gonna cheese this.
Okay.
By doing this.
Hey, if it works, it works.
It does work. Now we're gonna use some more shotgun ice to kind of get our way up here.
Well, I love it when people can figure out stuff like that and the developers didn't intend to, and he's like, well, shit.
Oh yeah, taking out these guys on the wall. Here it is. Electric Spark, very useful. Not as useful against those guys, though.
Kind of reminds me.
So we're going to charge this up. We're going to have a big shot.
So, here's a comic I wish would manage to stay around, and yes, it's related to Mega Man. It's actually the Archie Mega Man comic.
Oh yeah, was that any good?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Like, I actually like it better than the Archie Sonic comic.
No, that's saying something.
Yeah,
because people love those.
Yeah, no, I think it's a better production overall, mostly because it had one writer during the entire run who kept it consistent.
Oh yeah, that.
And he did adaptations of each game.
So if you actually look, there are a lot of computers in the background here.
Yeah.
So he's the scientist.
Yeah. So one of my favorite jokes in the entire thing is when they do the adaptation of Mega Man 2. The last boss, he actually fights his Metal Man.
I'm going to try to let him get me, just to show off that cool move.
That is cool.
That's his deadlift.
So, the last boss, he fights his Metal Man, and he gets the metal thing, and he's like, man, that could have been so useful if I got it first.
Man, it's become self-aware. And this guy teleports a lot, but the homing torpedo will always catch on to his location.
Let me put it this way. If you love Mega Man lore, Mega Man Archie actually has some pretty solid stuff. A lot of good in-jokes, too. I recommend it if you can find any copies around. Though I will admit the last crossover of everything was not great.
Oh, man.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah. You get Boomerang Cutter.
But the first crossover of Sonic, amazing.
So, we did it. We defeated the 8 Mavericks.
Woo! Man, finally, you're not a pussy.
X, you been working out?
Yo, X.
Check out these guns.
Oh, you mean these guns?
So, Sigma's Palace has appeared as a stage option, but we got a few power-ups to go collect.
That's kind of nice that they let you go back and see.
Yeah, I think that started with Mega Man 4, where you could go back and go collect power-ups and stages. And so we've got all the Mavericks weapons. and we can charge them all, so we have a huge number of abilities at our disposal.
Nice.
And this is the life tank, and we need to do this. And we got it. And this was actually introduced with this game, the escape unit, where if you've cleared a stage already, you can just exit.
That's awesome.
Makes it so much easier to go back and get things. This would be a massive pain in the butt otherwise. Okay, so we are missing a life tank from Sting Chameleon.
Well, we just gotta go and see Sting Chameleon and be like, yo, where's my life tank, bitch? You owe me!
Oh, that's right, he's dead. So notice that this area is slightly flooded now.
Yeah.
That is the result of defeating Launch Octopus.
Of course. So, it's, like, I like it. That is so cool that, like, this world had so much thought put into it.
Oh, it did. And, like, the sequels toy with different ideas. Bless you, sir.
Yeah, well, you know, it's Allergy in Virginia, and that's always fun.
So, because of the water here, we were able to jump far enough to get this. Otherwise, you pretty much can't get it, as far as I know.
Mm.
So, defeating certain levels really enables you to do that.
Just makes you ready.
So the last thing should be the life tank in Chill Penguin. And if we're gonna come back here with a flamethrower, and it's like, yo, flamethrower in the Arctic, bitch.
It's just like, oh god, he has fire, guys!
Because, you know, things are never, like, farther away than the edge of the screen, so to speak. Ah, stupid bunny. You can... It's such a good weapon.
They just run into it and are like, oh god, the fire!
Oh yeah, it's very useful. And because it doesn't take a lot of ammo to run it in short bursts the way I do.
Yeah.
And then enemies will drop power-ups to refill it, so you can abuse this power pretty easily. I'm not as big of a fan of the charge shot, though.
That's fair.
It suffers from the quirk where holding down the button continuously fires the weapon, but it also charges it up. So, in order to properly charge it up, I find you want to switch to a different weapon and charge it before you switch back to it.
Well, it's still, that at least is an option. You got life up.
Look at that. Yeah, we are rocking a hot 7 lives now.
Woo! You are ready and raring to go.
I am. No, this is my jam. This is definitely, if Hal was making a list of his top favorite games of all time, this would definitely be on it. And that should do it. I believe we have all the power-ups in the game, because we have 4 energy sub-tanks. We have... You can tell because your life meter is going to be like 2 ticks bigger than your weapon energy meter when you have all the heart tanks.
Nice.
So that should that's everything. Besides the Hadouken, which we already said we don't care about. So Sigma's Palace, stage 1.
We're gonna fight Sigma together.
This is a very dramatic level.
Yeah. You ready? Are we ready for this?
Ready.
Yo.
X looks so cool with Zero now.
Yeah.
Let's split up.
This can't possibly go wrong.
Nah, Zero's like a one-man army. He's just like, I'm going to go distract them and fight the main defense forces.
Zero's just like,
Zero's a badass before he got his sword even.
That's fair. Zero's just like, I don't need a sword to take these guys on.
Well, the Z-Buster is depicted as being very powerful.
Oh, yeah. Well, like, it's it kind of makes me sad. I wish my X-Edge Zero actually had a Z-Buster on him you could attach. He just has the sword, which is nice, but
the sword became much more iconic, and the reason why the sword became such a big deal is because they wanted to make Zero a playable character, but they wanted to make him different from X.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you gotta time your jumps real precisely on these.
Oh, God. This would annoy the heck out of me, but I enjoy it. Like
the game, like, sort of ate my input back there for a second, and I had a mild panic attack.
Yeah, no, I would too. But you have 7 lives, you're good. You're good. You'll survive.
Yep. Oh yeah, so look, the shield actually protects you from energy shots and destroys them.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of neat. It's what became known in later games as a shot eraser ability.
Oh, man.
But, what do I want to get? There's so many options. Options for death.
You're just like, you're just a one-man army of death now.
Just say goodbye to these guys.
You're just like, I'm just gonna move past all of you. I don't need you in my life anymore.
You can't see me.
You can't see me. Well, you're not John Cena.
Vile has returned.
Vile. Not Boba Fett. We meet again.
Yeah.
Wait, Zero! Senpai, come back!
We gotta listen to this part, though.
Fair.
We get to hear the fight that's taking place in there.
That is cool. Like, the way it's set up.
And last time Zero destroyed his ride armor. X, do what I tell you or he's history! Man, we got a hostage situation. But Zero's ready to be sacrificed for the cause.
Zero knows what is right. He needs to die! For the first time! I make comparisons to Gundam, but the ride armor literally has Gundam vents on its chest.
It does.
Like, those are full-on Gundam chips.
Keiji Inafune was a well-known fan of classic anime.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
And it's interesting because even though you powered up this much, you can't defeat the ride armor. And Zero has his moment.
Zero. No! Yamcha!
No. You cannot possibly compare Zero to Yamcha. This is more like Vegeta blowing himself up to defeat Majin Buu.
I'm joking, Jesus. I know you're a Dragon Ball fan. I did that to troll you, you trolling troll. Don't worry about it. Just accept Yamcha. No. Okay. Now, Zero's cool. Like, dude, I've been praising Zero the entire damn time during this Let's Play. X is just like, I'm ready and raring to go.
I love that that's just like a hot blood power-up right there. Where, like, his energy comes from his heroism.
He's just like, yo, you wanna know what I have? I have the power of bravery. I'm a brave.
Yeah, it's like he saw his friend die. He's like, you'll pay for that! So he's actually weak to Rolling Shield, although takes decent damage from a few other weapons, too. But he comes pretty fast and hard with his attacks.
Yeah, but he's dead. No! Into the Sarlacc pit! Ah!
Goodbye, Vile, for now.
Until we see you in next game, and next game, and next game.
Oh, man. This was dark. This really affected me as a kid, seeing Zero's lying there. He's like a destroyed upper torso with some blood dripping. Reploids have blood.
Yeah.
This is canon.
Yep. Chaosu, no! Okay, in all seriousness,
yeah. Reploids actually do have blood. They have a circulatory fluid that resembles blood.
So Ava. Well, I know this came out before
and
Ava.
He dies. He's dead. He sacrificed himself. And also, I guess it's kind of like a Ghost in the Shell thing or something, because the fact that he's just like a destroyed torso.
He's just gone, and yeah, no, that's fair.
Zero is dead, and if we did not already have the arm upgrade, he offers up his Z-Buster to us to be our arm upgrade. Which, in this game, it actually gives you the same ability as the arm... Oh, shoot. My Chameleon power ran out. Alright. Not a good place to be.
You just took...
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways to do this, but definitely the Chameleon ability is the best way to just, like, get yourself through it.
Just cheese through it?
Yeah, just tease through it. But, yeah, so in this game, you get the same arm upgrade from either Zero or from the Dr. Light capsule in Flame Mammoth stage. In the PSP game, if you hold out this long to get Zero's arm part, you actually get a very different power-up. Because instead of being a spread of pink shots, it ends up being a single massive red charge shot that does huge amounts of damage.
That's actually really neat. I mean, I like when games do that to make it very different.
So you can choose which one you want to get. Also, notice he was waiting for us.
Yeah.
There was no, like, capsules to choose which one we're going to fight. He's just there. And this is actually a callback to the original Mega Man game, where that's how the Robot Masters were. You would just randomly fight them in the level. We need some flamethrower powers here.
We gotta get flamin'!
Yeah. Because, yeah, you just have this onslaught of enemies here. Alright. Sigma Palace first stage boss. Interestingly, Vile was just a mid-boss.
He's mid-boss?
Despite being a major enemy.
I guess
so this is Boss Spider. And he's got a very predictable pattern if you understand how he works. But basically, the rules is that he will turn at every intersection.
Okay. So you gotta keep in mind of the intersections and you can get this down.
Yep. Although he occasionally does this, and they are very easy to hit with the Storm Tornado.
Storm Tornado!
And he himself being weak to the Shotgun Ice.
Shotgun. I love that name, Shotgun Ice.
Now, again, this was one of those, like, I would get up early on a Saturday or something, and I would try to beat... little spiders threw me off. I would get up early on a Saturday, and I'd be, like, trying to beat Mega Man X, and this guy would give me a hard time. Oh, look at this.
He's just like...
Easiest one yet.
He's just like, I guess I gotta go down.
Yeah, so I kind of, like... You always find yourself, like, tracing the paths with your eyes.
That at least is a good gimmick for a boss and how to go with his patterns.
Although he's kind of weird in the PSP version because the PSP has like a very wide screen.
Oh,
and
God.
So this whole arena gets stretched.
That would be annoying.
So I like him a little less in that version.
Well, at least you can still beat him like it doesn't affect that much, I guess.
Oh yeah, his rules stay the same.
Man.
Hey, look at that one.
Man.
That was a good one. Good job, Sigma.
Good job. Man, this is why you don't hire Spider-Man.
Got him.
Good job. You can defeat the spider. Now, you gotta tell Uncle Ben you killed his nephew.
Sorry. X is like, who is Uncle Ben?
Don't worry. Dr. Light knows him.
I don't know. It was some old comic book I read as a child.
Yeah.
Alright. So, that is the end of Sigma Palace Stage 1, and we're going to tackle the rest of Sigma's Palace next time on Hal and Dave's Trip to Jupiter.
Will we survive? Probably.